You know, I always wanted Miami, Los Angeles, this, that, but these places, America is getting run down, man. You could open up a jewelry shop in Austin, Texas. You're not gonna get a lot of clients, but if you rent this $1,500 a month, that would probably be a real smart move. No crime, lots of money. That's where the you want to move your jewelry. Jimmy Bags popped in and working on a deal.
Listen, Trax, I don't got time to around with you, the Russians, or anybody else.
Okay, all right. And Jimmy's gonna be able to get going. We gotta organize the business. You'll see with your own eyes if we could do it or not.
So I went to deliver a pendant in Austria.
It's very difficult to produce this in New York City. It's really not worth it.
All the way from Greece, Albania.
Yeah, Thailand and Hong Kong. The labor's good over there. It's a company of a lot of craftsmen, a lot of skilled labor. It's not all about me screaming at people. Budapest, Hungary, it's crazy.
Thank you for coming out here. Welcome to the city, baby.
Young Cardi, 40 carats for everything. His family logo.
Traveling to Dubai and hanging out in business class, this guy.
This is heavy. Like, this is dust, but this is heavy.
Checks in my seat.
My Muslim heritage is not gonna work so against me like it does in some of these other places. That's what the jewelry business is all about, sourcing materials, production. There's so many tire kickers and lowlives in this business and in this world. That's really what this show is about. If I could pull this business off or not. And you're gonna see how I do it if I do. I hide nothing. I don't need to hide anything. I know how to use the truth as a weapon. This is not the reality that's scripted reality. This is indeed reality. That bullshit, bro. I put my years in, I put my time in. You know what I'm saying? Doing everything and anything he can, man. That sucks, bro. That sucks, bro. I did everything I could too to put some money on. The weight is off my shoulders. If you're watching The District, you're not gonna get put on to some bullshit. You're gonna get put on to business. I'm putting you on to fucking business. What the I've learned over 17 years, the do's and don'ts that no one in the world will fucking tell you, I'm gonna tell you. And I'm gonna show you what the is up. So fucking pay attention. There you go. There was a rich man clothed in purple and fine linen who feasted sumptuously every day, okay? They're talking about all right? You know what I'm saying? He was sitting there, sumptuous, that's what he used to do, sumptuously feast, snacks and chocolates and more and this and that. That reminds me of him. Clothing and fun, and at his gate was laid a poor man named Lazarus, covered with sores, who desired to be fed with what fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, even the dogs came and licked his sores. All right, so that's why you see Lazarus with the dogs licking his sores or whatever, so on and so forth. The poor man died and was carried by angels to Abraham's side. The rich man also died and was buried in Hades or in hell. Right, being in torment, he lifted up his eyes and saw Abraham far off. The interesting thing was Abraham was also rich. If you see in the Bible, Abraham had money and everything else, okay? So that's why it's a little trick. It's not that the rich are going to go to hell. Abraham is there, but there's a difference. And far off, and Lazarus at his side. So Lazarus was next to Abraham, and he called, Father, it is for the Jewish people, it's very important when you mention Abraham, is the father of the whole nation. Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus to dip the end of his finger, the end of his toe, in water, and cool my tongue, for I am in anguish in this flame. And Abraham said, Child, remember that in your lifetime you received good things. Goes to them from the dead, they will repent. He said to them, if they do not hear Moses and the prophets, neither will they be convinced if someone should rise from the dead. And now your comment gets pinned, and the carpet is yours. Congratulations, Riley. This is going to get shipped out to you. That was a slick one, a slick move. And to Mr. Rodriguez, you get the runner-up, a Trax pendant in silver. You know what I'm saying? And that's it.
On the show, all the way from Greece, you want to say what's up to the fans?
Yes, hi everyone. What's up, fans? Si jeni fans of TRAXNYC, faleminderit që na shikojnë gjithmonë.
All the way from Greece, Albanian. Oh, wow.
What's in the safe?
All right, let's get it.
I still have to check on those earrings for you, actually. I'm going to do that today.
Absolutely.
Yes. Umid is like the king of gold over here, almost. King of gold chains, king of gold everything. Of metals, king of metals.
Right.
Yes.
So this is all going to go into that bar.
This is all gold already?
Yeah, everything is here separated.
Where did we put like
all
the silver and stuff? Oh, they might have melted some of it already, right? Kimmy? No?
Yeah, it's somewhere else.
Okay.
So we're
It's
separate.
separate.
Platinum is separate.
This is heavy. Like, this is dust, but this is heavy. How much you think is in here total?
I mean, the dust is probably like 4 kilo. This is about 3-4 kilos too.
You remember what the last bar was? How big the last
No.
one was? Oh, damn. I thought the last one was... No, then I'm wrong.
About 8 to 9 months.
Less than a year, yeah.
Yeah, it's less than a year for sure. Because the last time I
pick
think
a
that
few out.
the other bar was made like in February.
Little Cuban. Bitcoin versus gold is the lifelong debate for the last year or so in our comments. I'm going gold all day.
Why aren't you growing up, little schmoopy? For those who don't know what the is going on, these squirrels live right there. It's about 5 years squirrels have been living in there. They've been living, giving birth, dying, coming back, all sorts of shit. Schmoopity doo, bitty doo, bitty doo, bitty doo, bitty doo, bitty doo. Schmoopity poopity, schmoopity doopity poopity schmoop. Come on, Schmoopy, don't be a badger. Schmoopity doop, bitty doop. You know, I always wanted Miami, Los Angeles, this, that, but these places, America is getting run down, man. You know, if you want to open up a business in America, you got to do it in niche spots, right? You could open up a jewelry shop in Austin, Texas. You're not going to get a lot of clients, but if you rent this $1,500 a month, then you could, you know, sell 2-3 pieces and you'll be good, right? You could open up a little location, start establishing, and this and that, and so on and so forth. But you know, if you're doing any of these types of business, it's all about the partners, man. You don't want to get that phone call that your safes are empty. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, people, you know, Liam, is Liam here? Liam, what country did you visit? Budapest. And what about Danny Trax?
He went to
Austria. I've never been to Budapest. I've never been to Austria. I got to get out there ASAP, so that's a big benefit. You get to fly out, you get to hang out and see the clients. They get to be on the show. They're going to be ordering. They want delivered. They want to be put on. They want to be on TikTok. They want the clout. They want this. They want that. I mean, that's an amazing benefit. If you're a young person, you know what I'm saying? You get to leave the country, get a passport stamp.
This was a chain, full kilo, 14 karat. It's actually over a kilo, 1,012 grams. Budapest, Hungary. It's crazy. Left New York, took a flight to Amsterdam. Got a connecting flight from Amsterdam to Budapest. The flight was delayed, first of all, so that was a little hectic right there. But luckily, due to the flight being delayed there, I didn't miss my connecting flight, because that flight was delayed as well. So it was really hectic all over the place. Eventually, we finally got to Budapest. Once we got there, I got in contact with the client, went to the hotel, and basically, so I told him it was called the Old Hotel. And Budapest is split up into 2 parts, Buda and Pest. One is the old town, one is the new town. So basically, there's 2 of the hotels with the same name in the old town and the new town. So I gave him the address, I sent him everything, but I guess I'm assuming he just put the name into Google and looked it up. So then I go to the hotel, I check in and everything, talk to the concierge lady. I'm like, you don't mind, I might have a client come in, we're gonna present the chain. And then I asked her, because I was all alone, I asked her, I was like, could you help me film this possibly? You know, getting the initial reaction of the customer when I present the chain to him. She was like, yeah, why not? Of course, we could do that. So I go upstairs, shower up, got the chain ready, and I called her up. I'm like, can you come upstairs, film this for me? She comes upstairs, and we start filming. I get downstairs, and the client's not there. We're live from Budapest. Just got here, got to the hotel, got the chain right here. About to go present it to the client. It's the first time he's gonna see it. Gonna see his reaction, okay? He wasn't there, nowhere to be found. This guy was in the other hotel on the other side of town. So there was a little confusion there. But I called him up, got the right address, so I actually got an Uber to him.
TRAXNYC.
Yeah. And I met him at the new place, at the correct hotel, and presented him the chain, and everything went well. How you guys doing? It's Liam from Trax, reporting live all the way from Budapest. My man Javier, how you doing?
Hey, brother, thank you for coming out here. Welcome to the city, baby.
Brought the chain all the way from New York City to Diamond District, and this is his first time gonna see it.
Now listen, man. Hey, man, people gonna have a problem with me, man. Hey, man.
Think of it. Don't put it on. Let's put it on you.
Hey, brother, I appreciate this. This is boss, man. This is.
Of course. Big boy Cuban. This is how you're doing it. You want to get a Cuban, you do it right.
Oh, that feels good. Oh, that feels good. Yes, sir. Hey, brother, I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Trax, the reason I chose this company, let me tell you, man, when you blow this amount of cash, you got to make sure you're doing business with the right people. I never knew Trax. I never met them in person, although they have built a relationship with me. Through their online, just their posting, man. These guys are legit. You spending money, you trying to buy gold. You feel me? They got you with the right price, with the right people, with the right deal, man. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Trax NYC.
Jimmy Bags popped in working out a deal. You know what I'm saying? He went around, he did the thing. He went through the, what was the story? Jimmy Bags, I pulled up, I had a Ducati Street Fighter. I see a motorcycle gang riding around. What do you call it? Mob Deep just died. Prodigy just died, and I went for a ride on my Ducati Street Fighter towards the Queensboro project. I see a group of motorcyclists drive by. I run the red. I pull up. Jimmy Bags looks at me. I didn't know who he was, and he's like, "You want to ride?" I'm like, "Yeah." We ride. The police turn their sirens on. We ride through the projects. I take Jimmy's phone number. I show up, in Southside Jamaica one of these days to ride more motorcycles. Everyone looks at me like I'm a rabbi, showing up. You know what I'm saying? To give them a circumcision. But a year after year, they kind of got used to me. And then I became, because before I was famous, then I became a little bit more out there, a little bit more popping off. And now it was time for me to show the same hospitality to Jimmy and the crew. So I bring Jimmy over here. Jimmy and his boy, Sonny Pax. I got to visit by his shop. They're young businessmen. Outstanding dude, Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Got my back all the time. One of the most realest dudes I've ever met. But I put him onto the Diamond District. I don't care. You let him do whatever he wants. What's the story? He went out. He did business with a bunch of people. He realized what it was. And now he's ready to do business with me the proper way. I got to get him locked in. I got to get him to the production capacity of the factory so he could sit here and do the field work with the football players and wherever he's out in the world. Call him and get it down. Get it up here.
The biggest flower set ones that they got.
Yeah, me and Jimmy. Now it's time for me and Jimmy to do some business. Who's that? Foreign nap? Popping off? Come on in, sir. Welcome. It's a little hot in here, but whatever. So we got to talk a little business. Take a seat over here, Jimmy. Come on, man.
Listen, Trax, I don't got time to with you, Russians, or anybody else.
Okay, all right. I'm glad you didn't use the J word.
Where's the earrings?
The earrings are coming up, sir. The earrings are coming up. All right, but we're also here to talk business, bro. Because this jewelry business has been stalling for a while. You learned whatever it is, but are we ready to take it to the next level or what?
Let's do it.
All right. So, yeah, I got to make some sort of an offer to my boy Jimmy Bags. Now, Jimmy Bags is plugged in 100% into the Diamond District vis-a-vis me. Okay? Why? Because when I pulled up on Jimmy Bags, he let me in. Now I have to return the favor. That's the type of guy I am. Now you've got a feel for the jewelry industry, bro. You got the grills. You got some football player clients. Yep. You know the carrots. You know the games. You've got familiar with what's going on over here. And you know what I'm saying? The reality is that there's several ways of doing business. You could sit here, give you the production capacity and charge for that, and you could do with your clients as you wish. Mm-hmm. Or, we could find some other type of business to conduct. But as you're watching our business journey, my dream is to open up the grills van, take it across America. So we could do grills all across America, whatever else, and a million other ideas. But we're going to develop this business relationship. But in the meantime, Jimmy Bags is plugged in 100 to the factory, to the production, to the diamonds, right? He doesn't need to if he wants to get the diamond price of spending $1 million a month on diamonds, he doesn't need to spend $1 million a month because he's got me and he's plugged in.
All right, we're gonna make Trump smoke. We had the gold joint before, but now we're gonna put a real joint and light it. So maybe you smoke it, I smoke out of it. This is the idea.
So like you blow into the back?
Yeah, exactly. Puff it from the back. But this obviously has to be bigger because we tried to stick a joint in yesterday. It was too small.
Oh, you put the joint in
there and then hit it from the back.
Oh, then yeah.
But Max is saying you put like, maybe we put like a, this is what we designed, like a hollow gold piece to go all the way through. That way,
That's what I'm talking
put the
about.
joint in it.
That's what I meant,
Okay.
like a little tube.
Danny's doing a young Danny's doing his thing. He's flying in Austria right now, bro. Delivering a monster piece over there. We've got Ivan. He's the one. Ivan is the real jeweler. He's the real one that knows what the hell's going on in the diamond industry. He's the real one that's got all the connections. He's the one that didn't put a year's worth of work in. He put 10 years with another company, and then things got ugly over there over some bull. And then he's over here. I got lucky to have him, and he's a real loyal stand-up dude. It's all Ivan, okay? And Ivan's gonna be branching out and controlling the thing, and Jimmy's gonna be able to get going. We gotta organize the business. You'll see with your own eyes if we could do it or not. You guys better tuck in for the winter over there, schmoopity boopity schmoopers, doopity doopity doopers, and don't get scareders. I'm the reason why you exist. Poopity poopity schmoopity doopity boopity schmoopity poop.
So for the people that don't know, my name is Danny Trax. I'm one of the custom guys here at TRAXNYC. I do everything. So we got the line. This is Kirby's customer. Like $100,000 order, more than that. All this is emeralds. We got 2 marquee diamonds in the eyes. We have another piece that goes here, and it's going to be 50 pointer stones, reverse set, so the end of the diamond going out, if that makes sense. Got the parcel over here, just making sure. All VS1 F color. Customer specifically said he wanted everything VS1, so we had our diamond dealers sort this for weeks to make sure every single stone was up to par. Still thinking what to do with the face. Maybe sandblast, high polish, maybe add some enamel. We're still thinking. So I went to deliver a pendant in Austria for one of my clients. Hit me on the gram, made design in a week, made the pendant in less than 2 weeks. He had a show he needed to go to, or a music video, I forgot. So he told me he really wanted it for a certain date. The pendant was finished before that, but just to make sure it got delivered because it was international, I told him I can hand deliver it to him. Young Cardi, 40 carats for everything. His family logo. So his manager loves Max's videos. I was talking to his manager with it. His manager loves Max's videos. He showed Young Cardi a video of Max like wilding out. And then, yeah, Young Cardi started watching the videos. Yeah, so when I landed, I was texting him. He wasn't answering. It was like, I was like 11 in the morning, so I started like, you know, freaking out a little bit. I'm like, you know, it's kind of sketchy, it's kind of fishy. And then like 2 minutes later, he just texts me all the info. He sends me the car that's outside. Then we went to my hotel. I showed him the piece. Then he brought me over to his house. We shot a couple videos.
Go stream stargazing now, run up the numbers.
Go single out.
Damn, crazy. You guys killed this shit. This shit's too hard, bro. On God.
So we're gonna ice this out properly with a 1-row bezel on the top. This is the starting product. It's a company of a lot of craftsmen, of a lot of skilled labor. It's not all about me screaming at people, right? We got a client, we gotta make sure that we put it on camera, how we're gonna satisfy the needs of the client better than anybody else, all right? And how are we gonna do that? Is it gonna do that with me waving a magic wand? No, it's about using my name with the best craftsmen, because some of the craftsmen, they could rush something to get it done, or they could do it for their own reputation. In this case, they're gonna do it for their own reputation, because what I wanna see on this watch is the most immaculate setting I've ever seen. And I've seen it all, you know what I'm saying? So we want the best immaculate setting, a 1-row bezel on the top, all right? You know, Ivan is gonna link in and plug in, and you're gonna follow this around from where we're at now to the end.
So this is a pendant I'm doing for one of my clients, Ninja Turtle Foot Clan. We're gonna do red sapphires, black diamonds, white diamonds on the bill. Have the lock bill, white diamonds, black diamonds, red sapphires. See, he already said some of the red sapphires.
What's up guys, it's Mickey from TRAXNYC. Sorry to interrupt if you're in the middle of the district episode. Just wanted to let you know we're still looking for people to join the team, so if you're looking for employment, I want you to email me at mickey@traxnyc.com. I'm personally looking for an assistant, and we're always looking for some more good salesmen to join the team. So send me an email, just leave me your resume, why you might want to join the team, where you might see yourself fit, and just a little something about you, and I'll be getting back to you. So back to the episode, guys.
Those passport stamps are really the memories, the things that I'm most proud of. I open up my passport and I see that stamp to Tokyo, or when I went to Tulum, or I went to this, I went that, and you're traveling and you're seeing the world and you're doing There's 1,000,001 benefits to doing business with me, man. You know, I'm a very careful business person on every element and everything, but you gotta have some sense to appreciate that. It's another business, another Diamond District adventure.
Maybe we find something.
You know, this is one of the factories that we work with, you know, overseas. Not everything is made in New York, you know. We're stamping this out. How much business did we do together?
This year, maybe last year more.
Okay.
I think.
So 2 million, 3 million around there?
Could be. I just sent the package to Miami. If I knew you were gonna.
You sent it to Miami?
If I thought I was gonna get a visit from you, I could have seen it.
It's okay, it's okay. This is the Puro right here. We're coming through. It's our price point pieces. So what's the story with this jewelry? If you want to know business and don't want to just buy a bunch of it's very difficult to produce this in New York City. It's really not worth it. So we produce it overseas. Hong Kong?
Thailand and Hong Kong.
Yeah, Thailand and Hong Kong. The labor's good over there. I mean, the market's always changing.
Better. I mean, these things you cannot make it here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't want to see the factory that this is being made. It's cost per stone on the labor. I mean, you know, like the way the economy's set up, the dollar set up, the way the exchange rate is set up, it just makes sense over there. How much is a can of Coca-Cola in Hong Kong or Thailand, bro? This guy's a seller right here, right?
It's all price point stuff. You know?
Okay.
But this
throw that calculator. Give me the number on this.
But this whole pack.
These earrings right here, I'd like to sell them for $150. Something around there. That's a fantastic item, fantastic price, coming all the way with the labor and so on and so forth. And this should be an item on TRAXNYC.com. So you should set this aside and give it to Anna for sure. But you know, I'm not too. You know what I'm saying? On a diamond chain, I mean, like, this is a nice product. But you know, the quality is it's a lower. It's a price point piece. It's a price point piece, and you know, you could buy stuff like this. Yeah.
Like Atlanta and Houston market.
Yeah, exactly. You wear this in Atlanta and Houston. In New York, we're gonna keep it a little higher than this, right? Yeah, we're doing it. Now these are cool, but you know, like I used to sell this when I was a young dude all the time, but it's just not the quality I want to sell. But then you don't want to let a sale go. So there's a lot to it. Moral of the story is we got higher quality. So don't tell me about price when you go live chat and get a better deal. The diamonds I really want to use are great about. You're not doing anything with lab yet?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
Make a couple of lab pieces. Don't be scared, bro. Yeah, make a couple of lab pieces. Let's offer it to the clientele, man. How many times are we gonna sell them chips off the old block here, bro? I'm tired of taking you inside the business and you doubting what the I say. That's it. That's the last time I take you to one of my manufacturers, bro. The goal with the lab stones is they're always VS and they're larger. For most people end up buying SI it sucks, bro. This is the 21st century. I'm not gonna be the last person to figure out what's going on with lab. I'm gonna be the first. Daniel just came back from
Austria.
From Austria. This heart pen, we're doing so much custom jewelry, it's pumping out. Came back from Austria, this kid, Louis belt. Yeah, don't doubt the hustle out here, man. Don't doubt the hustle out here. True VS, bro. We're doing real VS, just so you know what the fuck VS looks like. Don't try to pull out your jewelry. Guess what? Does your jeweler look like he buys as much diamonds as I do? I don't think he does. Otherwise, there wouldn't be 20, 30 people working here, right? That means that we buy more diamonds, get better prices, and use higher quality. That means that if you didn't buy your piece from us, your piece has diamonds because your jeweler put their money in their pocket. I mean, this is going to be a real business story. I mean, I've been trying to put on Jimmy for a minute. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, and it's fantastic. They did the thing. They learned a lot about jewelry. But now we've got some clients we're trying to formalize because I got to get organized. This is real business. What's the next client? You're going to
Baltimore Ravens. I'm
shout out to the Baltimore Ravens if you're watching.
And the Buffalo Bills, #1 and foremost, because without them, wouldn't be in the football game.
Oh yeah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing some earrings up for foreign nap. Sammy, you got some? Yeah, let's see what we got here.
All right.
Got a bunch of cluster studs. These are all natural except for the front rail, or all CVD lab diamonds.
These are labs right here.
Yes, sir.
See how honest we are at TRAXNYC?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's blue tag and white tag. It's not even about games. It's about science at this bro. We're doing real business. You got to figure out what the is going on. Blue tags and white tags.
Lucky woman who's gonna wear it.
Only certified rings at Trax NYC.
Yep.
Certs everywhere.
Babushka, come. No? No. We're gonna go to the store. We're gonna take a Cuban, maybe 5-6 millimeter, 24 inch. We're gonna take that Cuban, cut it, and make a bunch of rings out of it, and sell them as like a special Cuban to ring deal. That's what it's gonna look like. So this one has like a little more space between the links. It is because it's also a little bigger, but I mean, that'd be a dope Cuban ring actually. Yeah. We're gonna use one of them to cut down into the rings for this video, but I got two options. I'm gonna show him to Max when he's in so he could choose one. Stay tuned, there's a chance he calls me silly on both of these chains and we'll use neither of these. So if that happens, we'll stay tuned about that. But we got one of them is a, just to let you know, 7 millimeter, which is like a standard Cuban size ring, and one's an 8 millimeter. So we'll probably make a couple 7, 8, 9, about 3 inches per Cuban ring, they said. So maybe a 24 could make about 8 rings. Maybe we'll do both. Have two similar, different style ones. You know what? We'll give one away. When the video's finished, we're gonna give one of the rings that we cut down from the chain to a ring to one of the viewers. I don't know why yet, but we're gonna give one away.
We did a little baby shine. I'm gonna gift it to him for his birthday, and with a little chain. You know, we get a Franco or a little Cuban. I don't know what Shine prefers, but Shine is one amazing little guy.
So I just picked out a bunch of chains, so we could choose one for baby Shine.
And I picked out this one. Receive Quan, baby Shine. I'm making him a gift, and I chose the foxtail chain. What you guys in the comments tell me? Should I have did a little Cuban for baby Shine? Quan? What do you say? Should I do?
Personally, I think this one.
Mickey said a rope chain. Do you think rope chain?
Yeah, I think a rope chain.
All right, so let's ask the audience, because one of us is wrong. So you got a 1-year-old baby, okay? And he's gonna get a chain. I want to get him the soft, comfortable, light foxtail, because he doesn't need a monster Cuban on him right now. Okay, he's 1. Or a solid rope chain, which is gonna get into his smooth baby skin, irritate it, and annoy him. I wish you could feel the texture on this chain and imagine it against the baby skin. Obviously, I'm the one who's right. And some parenting tips from Marissa and Quan. I mean, they take their baby everywhere. And he is so smart because of the experience. We were in Dubai in the lazy pool, lazy river, and Shine is in there like splashing around, the water's hitting him. Not even a year old, traveling to Dubai and hanging out in business class, this guy. So he has a shiny future at him, and we're gonna document it.
See how it goes.
Right, that's a great question. I mean, you know, trusting your jewelry, it's probably in Dubai, to be honest. No crime, lots of money. That's where the you want to move your jewelry. That would probably be a real smart move. And I could do a big stunt out there, and then the people will go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is. So Dubai might be coming your way, you know, up in the malls or where there's a lot of connections to make. And there, my Muslim heritage is not going to work so against me like it does in some of these other places, you know.
Schmoobity-doo, bitty schmoo.